step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living on my dreams.
Howdy, y'all. So it is rodeo week here in Houston, or rodeo month, or the kickoff to rodeo, all the things. So I'm festive. I am in my hat, and baby, what a ride it has been this week. So listen, change is freaking hard, y'all. Oh my God. I have been tried and tested this here week in many ways. And I've talked a lot about me in my evolving season and how I am all about growth, love, light, walking in purpose, all the things. But sometimes, as much as you want to go this way, circumstances be trying to pull you back the other way, right? And so I was just communicating with a girlfriend of mine how certain things I just won't give attention to. If it takes me out of my element, I'm not interested, not gonna do it. And y'all know the phrase, the devil is a lie. Because soon as I said that, 30 minutes later, there was an episode that was designed to take me out of character. I mean, it was 100% designed to take me, or to remind me of the clown that I used to be. And I say that wholeheartedly. So your purpose dealer has not always handled things the best. I have been hurt a lot in my life. If you read the book, Power of Purpose, I've dealt with a lot of pain. So with that being stated, I have operated in my trauma. You know what I mean? I have responded from my trauma. I have responded from my abandonment. I have responded from my unhealed place. And I have not been in control of my emotions many times before. I have fought back. I have, got super ugly. I have been one of the ones who, you think you gonna do me? I'm gonna do you one better. But I chose to stop living like that. I chose to get help. I chose to understand where that comes from. I chose to decide that is not how I want to show up in relationships with myself, okay? And that's not how I want to show up in relationships with others. So I've been working, and the first work that I have done is surrendering, okay? Surrendering to God, surrendering to the Holy Spirit, surrendering to Jesus, Muhammad, Elijah, Buddha, whoever, right? Like, I surrender this to you because it's not my battle anymore, and I can't do it. You know what I mean? And so I have welcomed God into my life in a way that I haven't in a very long time, or to be very honest with y'all, in a way that I never have. Not in my adult life, okay? So I have gotten in relationship with him in a way that is sincerely life-changing for me, okay? Because listen, I've always been a believer. I always have realized that it is God that has brought me through some of the stuff that I have gone through, and there is no way that I am still standing on this here earth without his grace and without his mercy. So, and y'all, I'm going to take this moment with y'all. I ain't got to cut. I'm not going to do none of that. God, I thank you for your grace and for your mercy. Because there's some things that was designed to take your girl out of here. But I'm still here. Okay? Alright, so anyway, I've been a believer, but now I am in relationship with him. So it's a big difference. It is a big difference. And I've also been, for years, right, the individual, or most of my life, I turn to others like, hey, and I share, and I let people in, and I've been hurt by that, like, time and time again, right? And I'm an open book. Heck, I even wrote one, right? And I still share, right? But the person I call on first, is God. And it's just different. So me and him, we've been rocking, right? So we've been rocking real closely for the last few months. I have, joined church. Not only have I joined church, but I've committed to be active and grow in church, and I am so excited about that choice. And I can hear God, clearer, and I am being obedient. Now, I'm not perfect, and I'm not even striving for perfection. God already knows that I'm not gonna get it right each time, right? But I am choosing to be better every single day, better than I was yesterday, right? So things have been happening, and here was my prayer, y'all. Reveal, remove, restore. So what I mean by reveal, like, God, reveal to me through your eyes what you want me to see that is not in alignment with where you are taking me. Reveal it to me, okay? Then I asked him, then remove it. Remove it. Take it from me. And then I said, God, because you know your child is going to hurt. It's not going to feel so good, but restore me. That's all been good. But one part of that prayer that I discovered in therapy and through hearing God's voice in some other prophetic ways is that he's not going to remove them, but he's going to give you the ability to do so. And whether that ability is through a person, teaching you, a book that you read, confidence, whatever he needs to however he needs to put you in position for you to choose to remove it. Like, I've revealed it to you. I did that part. But I know you are more than capable of removing it. And that's where the discipline comes in, right? And sometimes you might not be the one to do the removing. But it may be removed for you because maybe that person removed themselves. But it's also for you to have the keen revelation of not pulling that thing back, not engaging, not chasing, right? Letting things be. So removing it from your tongue, right? Removing it from your spirit. This is what I mean by remove. As long as I get close to his word, that is giving me the ability for myself to remove. Okay. So my prayer shifted. God, reveal. Keep giving me the strength. Keep giving me the ability. Keep giving me the consistency. Keep giving me the resilience. Keep giving me the power. Keep giving me the education. Keep giving me the therapy. Keep giving me the people of good intent. Keep giving me the ability to do it myself. So, and then God, do it quickly for me. Like, I am prepared. I am prepared in your strength. I am prepared in your honor. I am prepared in your glory. Okay? To know that you ain't brought me this far to leave me. So God, restore, right? And y'all, it has, and I know it has hurt so good. You hear me? And what I mean by that, sometimes we look at pain as like, woe is me kind of thing. And this time around, I have looked at that pain like, I'm getting close to the purpose. I have looked at that pain as a revelation. I have looked at that pain as healing, right? So, and I have looked at that pain as necessary to get to the other side. And let me tell y'all how I know that this pain is leading to purpose. Because every time something was revealed and removed, and I acted in obedience to the path that I am going on. I, prayed first. I talked to God, and I just didn't respond in a way in which I was previously conditioned to do so, because I was previously in my trauma. Like I lived through my trauma. I wrote a whole book about trauma. But it also just, it exposed like what I've done, where I've been, and there's no way I could put it all in the book. This book is who I was. That book is not where I'm going, and that book is not who I am today, right? So I had to remind myself that I am not my trauma, okay? I am a result of healing my trauma. And healing is not a destination. It is an everyday journey. And it's going to be some things that just keep coming up, keep coming up. And baby, that enemy get busier and busier and busier when he see you happy, okay? When he see you joyful, and when he see you in relationship with God, he is going to try to reel you back. And it's so ironic because the first scripture of 2025 at Blueprint Church was titled, I Can't Go Back. So I remind myself of that. I go back to the word, I read through some scriptures, I go to the Bible, I listen to podcasts, I do all the things. And then even my therapist, not this last session, but the session before that, because this last session wasn't planned. Okay, I had to call him up and say, hey, need you on the line. But the one before that, my therapist even used my book as therapy for me to say, hey, girlfriend, look how far you've come, right? Look at where you've been, but look at where you are, and look at where you're going, okay? So, and I just had to realize the more and more I verbalize that this is who I was, this is what I've done, the more and more they will try to act like that's who you are now. And if you keep showing like that's a result of me getting through who I am now, but it's not the same. I have evolved from that place, and now I am in my healing bag, and I'm no longer pulling from that trauma response bag, right? No one wants to see it. Sometimes I can be a little naive, y'all. I be thinking folks is cheering for me. I be thinking they like, bravo, bravo, they got my back. And then people, they love the positivity. They like to see you growing and evolving, but that's not the truth. That is not the truth. Some people love the broken you in you, but because they deem themselves as fixers, right? And that's, their trauma response in some things. And how I know this is because you're looking at a person who felt like that the way to healing was through me overextending, pouring from an empty cup, I loved being needed. I loved, picking up people's pieces because it kept me distracted from picking up my own. It kept me distracted from dealing with my own stuff. It kept me distracted from the grief. It kept me distracted from the pain. It kept me distracted from the work. Okay? Let me fix you. Let me help you with your work. But now I am so focused on doing my work and my growth that I can't say that I don't have time, because I do. And I still love coaching, inspiring, and helping. Again, I feel like I was put on this earth to reach back and pull up. I feel like all that I've been through was planting seeds for me to grow, get the fruit, and give it to other people to find, nourishment in. So I don't take that for granted, and I don't want this to be misconstrued like I don't have time for other people or other things, or to extend a helping hand. But what I am saying is I no longer participate in things that are designed to take me back. I just don't. And now my prayer is that I have discernment of enemy. What's God? What's the enemy? But that becomes so much clearer to me because of the relationship that I have with God and the relationship in which I now have with myself. I am loving myself first, okay? And some don't like to see it. Or some just, like, and some, it ain't none of that, right? Like, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay. I sum all that up, but that saying, growing pains, that is a real saying. And I am just here to encourage you and to say, lean on purpose. And purpose is given to you through your assignment by God. God is within you. Revisit God at all times. Revisit God inside of you and revisit yourself. Talk about it with someone who is a professional. Talk about it with someone who has been there, done it, has a story to tell about it, and can really speak to you from a healed place. Be real careful of people who aren't doing their work. That's what I'm going to say. Be real leery of people who aren't doing their own work, telling you how to do yours. And, talk to people who are in tune with themselves, right? Again, your first line is always to God, right? And again, whatever God you serve, and I'm like, here's the thing, I'm not religious, and I'm not, but I do believe in the higher power and whatever that is for you. And you can pull that from so many different places. I'm over here trying to decide, am I Muslim? Am I a little bit of Buddhist? Am I Baptist? Am I none of it? Am I just a person seeking my own truth? And I know God is going to help me through that. And it's not about what we call them. It's about just calling them. Okay. And be encouraged. Know that nothing of God is confusing. Nothing of God is toxic. Nothing of God is demeaning. And choose peace. But you cannot choose peace if you haven't encountered it. And sometimes we got to get real with ourselves, right? It was not too long ago where I didn't choose peace. And I participated in things that I'm not proud of. But here we are now, And I can say it loud and proud. I choose God, I choose me, and I choose peace. So keep fighting, you know. And when I say fighting, not I'm, toe to toe with nobody or any of that. Keep fighting for your evolvement, right? Like, don't let anyone take you back. Like, it's rodeo week, but don't let nobody do that little lasso and reel you back in. Keep reminding yourself that version of you no longer exists. You can be real about your walk. You can be real about your past, but that's what it is. That is what it is. And keep growing, baby. Keep growing. And I am a call away. I am a DM away. I am a comment away. If there is any way I can help connect you to purpose, it's your purpose dealer, Shami. Mimi is gone. She gone. She's gone. It's Shami Hargrove, baby. Let's grow.